Hello everyone, how are you? I hope all are fine. And how is going your studies? Okay, very good. I am so glad to meet you through this online class with a new topic. Today I am going to teach a new topic from Ask One More Question. Okay, the question is, had you take your food? Had you take your food? And why we all take food? Why we all take food? Can you say this answer for this question? Any idea about it? Why we take food? Yes, very good. Food only provide energy to do our activity, isn't it? And also, food provide energy and organic substance for growth and for replacement of worn and damaged tissue. And the component of food is carbohydrate. Do you know carbohydrate? Very good. Then protein, then fat, after vitamins and minerals. These are the components of our food. These are the components of our food. Okay. So next time when you see your food, you just realize in your food component is carbohydrate, protein, fat, vitamin and minerals. Okay, so these are components of our food. Okay, again I come our question, why we had food? Yes, very good. Food only provide energy. But what are the process of food converted into energy? We take only food, but food only provide energy to do the activity, and the process of change the food into energy, what are the process present there, or what are the process involved in food converted into energy? What are the process? Yes, very good. Digestion, isn't it? Digestion is a process of food converted into energy. Digestion is a process of food converted into energy. So today I am going to teach digestion and absorption. Okay. So I am going to teach the absorption and digestion. So today topic is digestion. Digestion and absorption. This is our topic. Okay. So in this topic I would teach first of all digestion system. What is that? Digestion system. And then digestion of food. Digestion of food. Okay. In digestion system I would teach the structure and the system. But in digestion of food I would teach the process of digestion. Are you clear it? Then absorption and assimilation. Absorption and assimilation. Okay. So in absorption, the digestion food material to going to be absorption. After then, the absorption component will be going to use it. That is a assimilation. And then finally, excretion. Undigested food materials will be thrown out. That is a excretion. Okay. So these are I would teach in this class, in this topic. Are you clear it? Okay, very good. But in this class, I would teach only digestion system. Okay, in digestion system, I would teach the structure and the system. The structure and the system. Okay, first of all, we are seeing food material only provide energy for to do their activity, and the organic substance also provided by food materials. And the component of our food is carbohydrate, vitamins, minerals, fat and proteins. These are the components of food. And then this food obtained from plants and animals, isn't it? Food obtained from plants and animals. So anyone example for plant? Vegetables, then fruits. These are the example for food obtained from plant. Then animal, milk and flesh. These are the example for food obtained from animal. Okay. So first of all, we have seen the component of food and then the food obtained from plants and animals. Okay. And the plants do not have a digestion system. The plant do not have a digestion system because of the plant is a autotrophic and synthesis their own food. Therefore, the plant do not require the digestion system, but all the animal require to digestion system because of the primary function of the digestive system in animal is to bring nutrition. It's to bring nutrition and water and finally electrolytic. Okay. So by the help of digestive system only, animals bring nutrition, water and electrolytic. Okay. So to bring nutrition, water, electrolytics from the external environment to the cell of the body through the circulatory system. Okay. So the food to bring nutrition, water, electrolytic by the process of digestion from the external environment into every cell of the body through the circulatory system. Are you clear it? Once again I repeat the whole point. First of all, food only provide energy and organic substance for growth and replacement. And the component of our food is carbohydrate, protein, vitamin, minerals and fat. And these food obtained from both plants and animals. Plants do not require the digestive system because the plant is autotrophic and synthesis their own food. Hence, plant do not require the digestive system. But all the animal require the digestive system for the primary function of the digestive system in the animal. Because the digestive system only to bring a nutrition, water, electrolytic from the external environment to every cell of the body through the circulatory system. Okay. Now I would teach digestive system. In digestive system, I would teach structure and the process. Okay. Digestive system. Digestive system is a muscular organ. it which track. Okay, it which track. Then the digestive system process get 5 steps. These digestive system process get 5 steps. What are the steps? First step is injection. First step is injection, and second step is absorption. What is that? Absorption. And third step is, listen to me children, the first step is injection and second step is digestion, and the third step is absorption, and the fourth step is assimilation, and the fifth step is digestion. Okay, so the digestive system, the process of digestion get 5 steps. One is the injection. In here, intake of food. Injection is nothing but intake of our food. And second step is digestion. In this step only, big molecular of our food break down into smaller molecular. Okay, because in our food contain a macromolecule condition. All the macromolecule level of food component will be broke down in this step. After the breakdown, it will be absorption to use all the cells. Okay, and we are eating the macromolecule level of food, and that stage of food cannot directly enter into our cells. For that only, all the macromolecule food component should broken into smaller micromolecule. Okay, so here the macromolecule of food materials broken into micromolecule. Are you understand? So in digestion step only, all the food material broken down macromolecule into micromolecule. This is helpful to absorption and assimilation. So that process is called digestion. Are you understand? And third step is absorption. Here, absorption of these molecules into the blood streams. Already in digestion steps, food materials broken down into micromolecule. Then these micromolecules absorbed into the blood streams, into the bloodstream. Then next step is assimilation. This is a using process. Okay, already the food material also broken down and absorb the food material into the blood streams. In this step, these food component will be used. That is called assimilation. And finally, egestion. Egestion is nothing but undigested material of food will be excreted. Okay, that is called as egestion. Now, what are the steps of digestion? First step is injection, that is the intake of food material, and then digestion, break down the macromolecule of food component into micromolecule of food component, and next step absorption. The already digested food materials absorbed into blood streams, and assimilation. This is a using process. Absorbed food materials enter to every cell into the body through the circulatory system. That process is called assimilation. And finally, undigested food materials will be excreted. That is called as egestion. Okay, these are the 5 steps of digestion system. So digestion process get 5 steps. There are the 5 steps of the digestive system: injection, digestion, absorption, and assimilation, egestion. Okay. Then now I would teach the structure of alimentary canal. The structure of alimentary canal only can done the digestion. Okay. So already I said the digestive system include alimentary canal and associated digestive gland. Digestive system include alimentary canal and gastric gland. Okay, digestive gland. These digestive gland help to digest easily. So first of all, we would see the alimentary canal. Alimentary canal is a digestive tract. Alimentary canal is a muscular digestive tract. Okay. So once I repeat the same point, digestive gland include alimentary canal and digestive gland. Okay. This alimentary canal is a muscular digestive tract, and the digestive gland is also helpful to easily digest our food material. Okay. And then look here, this is a schematic diagram of our human digestive system. Okay, look here, it is a schematic digestive system. This is a mouth. It is a esophagus. It is a stomach. And then large intestine and small intestine. It is a rectum. It is a anus. Okay, so mouth is a posterior open and anus is a open out of posteriorly. And here it is a salivary gland, and here also one more gland is present, liver and pancreas. Okay, this is a schematic diagram of human digestive system. Okay, so look here, the digestive system include alimentary canal and digestive gland. Associate with digestive gland. The alimentary canal first start with mouth. Okay, then this mouth lead into buccal cavity. What is that? Buccal cavity. This buccal cavity also called oral cavity. Okay, this buccal cavity also called oral cavity. And then the buccal cavity lead into perianth. And then the perianth lead into esophagus. And then the esophagus lead into stomach. And then the stomach lead into intestine. and here only large and small intestine is present, and finally rectum, and the open out posteriorly is anus. Okay, this is a structure of alimentary canal. This is a structure of alimentary canal. You look at here, the alimentary canal starts from mouth. The mouth contains the salivary gland. This salivary gland also helpful to our digestion, and then the mouth lead into esophagus. After then the stomach, then large intestine and small intestine, and finally rectum. The posteriorly open out is anus. And there are one more gland, digestive gland also is there. There is a liver and pancreas. These are the structure of alimentary canal. Once again I repeat the same. Alimentary canal include mouth, buccal cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, intestine. Intestine also divided into large and small intestine. Then rectum. After the last one is anus. The alimentary canal is a continuous muscular digestive tract. Okay. The alimentary canal is a muscular digestive tract. And these muscular digestive tract consist mouth into buccal cavity, then pharynx, then esophagus, stomach, intestine, rectum and anus. Are you clear, children? Okay, very good. And then I would teach first of all mouth. Because mouth is reception of food. You just imagine food first of all enter the mouth only. Therefore, mouth was called reception of food. Mouth was called reception of food. Okay. So first of all we have seen the mouth. We know very well, isn't it, mouth. So first of all I would teach mouth. Mouth is a reception of food, and then this mouth only lead to esophagus. Okay, so mouth is a very little part of alimentary canal only, because the mouth into open the buccal cavity. Okay, mouth in lead into buccal cavity. The buccal cavity also called as, yes, very good, oral cavity. Oral cavity. Okay, so buccal cavity is nothing but in your mouth you have a little hollow like structure that is called buccal cavity. The buccal cavity otherwise called as oral cavity. Okay. And in oral cavity, two types of digestion done in the place of buccal cavity. One is mechanical digestion and another one is chemical digestion. Okay, what are that? Mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Okay, so here mechanical digestion refer to chewing. Mechanical digestion refer to the chewing, and the chemical digestion mix food with salivary gland or saliva. That is referred to chemical digestion. Okay, so in buccal cavity only, the large size of food component will be broken into small molecule by the help of chewing, isn't it? Then the smaller molecule of food materials mixed to the salivary gland or saliva. So that is referred to the chemical digestion. So in buccal cavity, there are two types of digestion was done. One is chemical digestion and another one is mechanical digestion. So the mechanical digestion referred to chewing with the help of teeth and tongue. Here the mechanical digestion was done by tooth and tongue. Okay, but here tongue and salivary gland. Okay, by the help of tongue, saliva was mixed with the food. That is a chemical digestion. So in buccal cavity contain two types of digestion. One is mechanical digestion and chemical digestion. Mechanical digestion refer to chewing, the process of chewing done by tooth and tongue. And the chemical digestion is referred to mix the food with the saliva. This process done by tongue and salivary gland. Are you clear it? And then I would teach the teeth, because in buccal cavity one of the digestion process is mechanical process done by tooth, isn't it? So now I am going to teach tooth, the types of tooth and the arrangements of tooth and the functions of tooth. I am going to teach it. Okay, tooth. So in tooth I have one arrangements, that is a thecodont. What is mean by thecodont? Types of attachment. Types of attachment. Okay, so types of attachment is called to be thecodont. Are you clear it? Because each tooth is embedded in a socket in a jawbone. This type of attachment is called thecodont. So each tooth was attached to the jawbone. That type of attachment is called thecodont. Then diploidont. What is that? Diphyodont. And diphyodont is nothing but types of dentition. Okay, so in human beings and many mammals contain two types of set of teeth, that is told to be diplodont. Okay, diphyodont. Not only human beings, many mammals have a two set of teeth, that is told to be diphyodont. What are that? Deciduous teeth and another one is adult teeth. What are that? Deciduous teeth and adult teeth. Okay, so that is called to be diphyodont. So that is the types of dentition. Human beings and many mammals have two set of teeth. The types of dentition is called diphyodont. Okay, that is, what are the two set of teeth? One set of teeth is deciduous teeth and another set of teeth is adult teeth. Okay, in deciduous teeth consist 20 temporary teeth. 20 temporary teeth. In adult teeth contain 32 permanent teeth. 32 permanent teeth. Okay, are you clear it? What are that? First one is decodont. Decodont is nothing but types of arrangement. Each teeth to joined with jawbone, That type of arrangement is called tecodont, and the human beings and more mammals contain the two set of teeth. That set of teeth is called diphylodont, and that set of teeth is deciduous teeth and adult teeth. And deciduous set of teeth consists 20 temporary teeth, as well as adult teeth consist 32 permanent teeth. Okay. Had you seen in small children, all the teeth will be corrupted. But after a long, in adult period, the teeth will be grow. That is a permanent teeth. The number of permanent teeth is 32. Number of temporary teeth is 20. Okay. How many permanent teeth? Very good. 32. And how many permanent teeth? Yes, 20. Okay. Then next one is heterodont. What is that? First of all, we have seen the tecodont. Tecodont is nothing but that is the attachment of teeth. And then we have seen the diphylodont, and now I would teach heterodont. Heterodont is nothing but the different types of permanent teeth. The different types of permanent teeth told to be heterodont. What are the different types of permanent teeth? First one is incisor. Okay, what is that? Incisors. And second one is canine. Canines. And third one is premolar. And finally, molar. Okay, so incisor, canines, premolar, molar. These are the different types of teeth, permanent teeth. The different types of permanent teeth told to be heterodont. The different types of permanent teeth told to be heterodont. The different types of teeth there are incisor, canines, premolar and molar. Okay, and here the function of incisor is cutting of food, and then the function of canines is tearing off our food, and the premolar teeth function is grinding. And the final type is molar. The function of molar is grinding and chewing. Okay, these are the function of different types of permanent teeth. Different types of permanent teeth told to be heterodont. Are you clear it? Now I would teach the formula of permanent teeth. The formula of permanent teeth. Listen to me. It is a set of formula. Okay, it is a of set of formula. Formula is 2, 1, 2 and 4. Sorry, 3. Okay. So remain 2, 1, 2, 3 into 2. It is a formula of the permanent teeth. What are the formula of permanent teeth? 2, 1, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 2, 3 into 2. That is a formula of permanent teeth. The 2 represent the number of 2 incisors, and the 1 represented 2 number of canines. Number of canines. And the 2 represented 2 number of premolars. and 3 represented to 3 number of premolars. So it is a offset of upper jaw and it is a offset of lower jaw. So this 2 is referred to 2 1 2 1 3 and again 2 1 2 1 3 by 2 1 2 1 3 and again 2 1 2 1 3. Okay, so it is a whole formula, but shortly we are going to write like that: 2 1 2 3 by 2 1 2 3 into 2. It is a formula of permanent teeth. Okay, then the mineral salt like calcium and magnesium or deposit on the teeth it not regularly removed it. For that, on our teeth some hard layer will be deposit. That hard layer is called tartar or calculus. Tartar or calculus. Okay, so the mineral salt like calcium and magnesium will be deposit on our teeth and form a hard layer, that is a tartar or calculus. And this tartar and calculus is said to be placula. Okay, so that hard layer is also called as tartar or calculus. This calculus said to be placulae. Okay, and then this placulae formed on the teeth is not removed regularly. It should removed regularly, but it not removed regularly. For that, these are spread the down into the teeth in between the gap of gums and enamel. The gap in between the gap of gums and enamel, these tartar spread down on the teeth. So for that causes the inflammation. That inflammation is called gingivitis. That inflammation is called gingivitis. Listen to me, children. Once again, repeat the same point. The minerals like calcium and magnesium will be deposited on our teeth and to form a hard layer. That hard layer will be called tartar or calculus. This tartar or calculus is otherwise called as placulae. Okay, this placulae should be removed but it not removed regularly. For that, this is spread down between the gap of gum and enamel. That is caused one of the inflammation. That inflammation of gums is called gingivitis. Are you listen to me? Gingivitis. Okay, so it is one of the inflammation of gums. Okay, then the hard chewing surface of the teeth is made of enamel and helps in mastication of food. This inflammation will be affect our gums and enamel, and it will provide the bad smell from the teeth. Okay, but our enamel is used to easily tear or cutting our food. But this inflammation regularly spoil it. Are you understand? Then finally, I would teach the tongue. Okay, what we have seen in this buccal cavity. First of all, we have seen the mouth. Mouth is a reception of food, because for the first time food was entered the mouth only. For that only mouth was reception of our food, and then the mouth will lead into buccal cavity. Buccal cavity also called oral cavity. The buccal cavity contain the teeth, tongue and salivary gland. Now we have seen the teeth and salivary gland. Now I would teach the tongue. Okay, tongue is a freely movable muscular organ. The tongue is freely movable and muscular organ. Okay. It was helpful to mix the food with saliva. Okay. This saliva secreted by salivary gland. Are you clear it? Tongue is a freely movable muscular organ, and also the tongue is used to mix the food with the saliva. This saliva secreted by the salivary gland. And also it is attached the posterior end. The posterior end was attached, but another one side of anterior side was freely movable. So the tongue is a universal brush. The tongue serves as universal brush. Okay. So first of all, the tongue is a freely movable muscular organ. Then it helps to mix the food with the saliva. The saliva secreted by the salivary gland. Then the posterior end was attached, but the anterior end of the tongue was freely movable. And also the tongue serves as universal brush. And now what are the function of tongue? Now I am going to teach what are the function of tongue. You just imagine, because tongue we know very well. In class time, teachers was teach, but somebody start to talk with the help of tongue, isn't it? But real function of tongue is, first one is intake of food. So with the help of tongue only, the food particles take inside of the mouth. Then it will helpful to chew. Tongue is not chew, but the tongue helps to chew the teeth. Okay. Then next one is, we know very well, mix the food with saliva. Okay. Then next one is to swallow of the food. Then also speak. These are the function of tongue. What are that? Intake of food, then chew, mix the food with saliva, to swallow of the food, and also speak. Without tongue you cannot speak. So tongue is a very useful part of in our body. Okay. So in this class what we have seen, first of all we have seen the requirement of digestive system in animal. What are the requirement of digestive system in animal? The digestive system only to bring a nutrition, water and electrolytes from external environment into every cell in the body through the circulatory system. This is the main requirement of digestive system in animal. But the plants do not require the digestive system because the plant is autotrophies and the synthesis of their own food. Hence, plants do not require the digestive system. And what are the process of digestion? In our food component was macromolecule stage, and the macromolecule food component cannot enter the cell. For that only, the macromolecules of our food will be broken into smaller molecule such as micromolecule by the help of digestion. Okay, then what are the steps of digestion? Yes, very good. Ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and egestion. These are the steps of digestion system. Then the digestive system include alimentary canal and associated with it the digestive gland. So first of all, in this class we first learn digestive system. What are the parts of digestive system? Mouth and the esophagus, buccal cavity, and then esophagus, then perions, stomach, then large intestine, rectum, anus. These are the parts of alimentary canal. Alimentary canal was muscular digestive tract. It is continuously present. But in this class we have seen only mouth and buccal cavity. So mouth in the sense that is a reception of food material, and buccal cavity is also called as oral cavity. And buccal cavity consists teeth, then tongue, then the salivary gland. So in buccal cavity we have seen the three set of things. In teeth we have seen lot of types, isn't it? What are that? Thecodont. Thecodont is a type of attachment of teeth, and diphylodont, this is a types of dentition. Then heterodont, this is a different types of permanent teeth. Then finally tortor or calculus we have seen. Tortor or calculus is a hard layer, and the tortoise or calculus should removed it, but it not removed regularly. For that it spread down the gap between the gum and enamel. For that the causes of inflammation is that the causes of inflammation is called gingivitis. And finally we have seen the tongue. Tongue is a freely movable muscular organ. It is helpful to intake of food, chewing of food, mix the food with the saliva, and to swallow of the food, and also speak. Without tongue we cannot able to speak. So tongue is a very important organ of our body. This much only we have seen in this lesson. And students, this is a homework time. Take your book, page number 75. Take your book, page number 75. There in one box is that the schematic diagram of the human digestive system. You draw and submit to me. Okay, this is your homework. I have very little homework only. So dear students, do properly in your homework. Okay, thank you students.